Hello, everyone. My name is Tim B. Green, and this is Crush It Club, episode number 27. That's 27 videos in 27 days. The episode name here is 5 Foundations of Success. You might wonder what this background is about, unless you've been to Japan. I wanted something that was a literal representation of a foundation. This is a daihyo, which is the Japanese sumo wrestling ring. And because it's what it is, it's very foundation-y. I thought it made a cool picture for foundations. No reference to 5. I had to get rid of it because it was just too busy in the picture. So anyway, past the babbling, today I'm talking about 5 fundamental foundations of success. I thought seriously about saying the 5 foundations of success, but it's all too popular in the self-development, business development, improvement space to say, oh, I have the solution. There is no the solution. There are some amazing solutions, but there is no the solution. And if anybody is really insistent on that, you should be, or they should be, open to honest questions, honest challenges. They go, oh, well, no, you're just too close-minded. You can't do this. That might be what they believe, but anybody who's truly honest about what they're doing and has good intentions, whether they agree with you or not, should be willing and open to you questioning them. It's like, well, Tim, but you're saying you do neurocognitive design. You're a neurocognitive designer. Do you have a PhD in cognitive neuroscience? No, I don't. Right? It's pretty simple. I can back up what I say. I do a lot of study. I do a lot of learning from everybody in every field I can, but I'm not going to be full of shit about what I do, who I am, and my intentions. It has this really weird effect when you tell the truth consistently, basically all the time. And the reason I'm not saying all the time is because, yeah, I'll lie to save people's feelings. And in other situations, somebody's socially challenged and wants to be your friend and they're right in your face and won't stop talking, I would lie to them. So what happens though, when you spend the vast majority, near 100% of every word you say is absolutely the truth, people tend to believe you. That creates a foundation of trust, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. That was just a rant I went on. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 foundations, which is some habits that you can do every day, that you should do every day. And there are some equivalents because one of them might be a little controversial for certain people, that will indeed be a strong foundation, a strong 5 foundations towards success in anything. Here's what it is: recuperate. I've used fancy words because they all rhyme with one of the words and the order matters. So recuperate, what I mean by that is sleep. And I talked about that in yesterday or the day before's video regarding circadian rhythms and how sleeping continuously for 7 hours produces a calcium release in your brain, which otherwise probably doesn't happen. And that is fundamental because your brain needs sleep, not your body. Your body needs rest and recuperation. Your brain needs sleep to work at its best. So recuperate. This will help you both with recovery from exercise and cognitive recovery, integration of memories and other things. We don't know the precise reason we need to sleep, but we know that's the things I just mentioned are some of the things that it affects and improves. If you have to wake up with an alarm, you are not getting enough sleep, period. Okay, that's what the current research, to the best of my knowledge, still says. If somebody has a challenge to that, please give me some reference or a direction so that I can research it. I'm always open to changing based on evidence. So number 1, recuperate. Number 2, meditate. Now, meditation is essentially paying attention to your breath, focusing in a sense on nothing, but focusing on making space in your mind. It just so happens that paying attention to your in-breath and out-breath is one of the easiest and most reliable ways to do it after doing a lot of experimentation. But if you're religious and for some reason you believe that meditating leaves you susceptible to supernatural beings, something I do not believe in, then pray. You know, if you're Christian or Islamic or whatever, prayer produces the same physiological, the same neurological state as meditation. Now, the reason the order is as it is recuperate, so sleep. I meditate immediately after waking. I don't get out of bed. I simply set a timer, in my case, for 3/4 of an hour or 45 minutes and meditate. And the reason I do it in the morning is if you do it later in the day, you have to sit up, and that's good, but sometimes it bothers people's backs. It bothers mine. So I stay laying down. And because I'm laying down and because I just woke up naturally, I won't fall asleep during my meditation, which is another thing that happens with people who meditate, even sitting up, but also laying down, is if they lack sleep, they fall back asleep. So this is a great time to do it. It's a great simple strategy and it's so valuable. I'll get into it in another video that it should be a top priority. So top priority, sleep, wake up naturally, followed by meditation, followed by mastication. Eat. Of course, this means eat something basically immediately because you are breaking your fast. Why this is important is because you're breaking your fast. Your blood sugar is low. And of course, I mean eating something healthy. I usually eat a combination of oatmeal with cocoa and something called erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol with no calories. Some people are afraid of stuff like that, but the evidence for this one is very good. So I basically eat chocolate oatmeal most mornings, or I have homemade peanut butter that I make, natural peanut butter that I make myself on toast with bananas are my two favorite breakfasts, but all whole food, ideally plant-based breakfast. Okay, so now you're ready for the day. Your brain has recovered in the first phase, the recuperate. You've meditated, so that puts you in a better state cognitively, even than just sleeping. You've eaten, so now you have carbohydrates, which is what your brain runs on. Okay, so now you have all the tools you need to think and make excellent decisions. Now the next one, educate. You don't have to do this first thing in the day, but it should be a priority. If you're not learning something new every day, learning more about something every day, you might not be getting dumber, but it's guaranteed you're not getting smarter. And this is something you should practice the last day of your life. As many people have said, leaders are readers. More to the point, the smartest, most successful people in the world make learning a priority. Warren Buffett, I'm told, or have read, reads hundreds of pages a day. Bill Gates is an avid reader. Gary Vee, as smart as he is, would be a lot smarter if he read. He'd be a lot more like Seth Godin, who kicked his ass when they had a show together, because he reads. It doesn't matter whether you read, but educate. And that doesn't mean formal education. That means any education that makes your life better, expands your horizons, gives you the ability to reason and think better. And then the last one is activate. Now, in my daily schedule, I activate. In this case, activate means exercise. It could be, depending how you exercise, like I do it every second day, but normally daily activate, daily move around. And I do it at the end of the day because I do intermittent fasting, which means I eat for 8 hours, mostly or all healthy food. After 8 hours, I stop. And that's about the time usually I go to bed, but not necessarily. However, I want to exercise in a fed state. There's debate about which is better, but some evidence shows us that exercising in a fed state means your metabolism from something like high intensity interval training, as I do, raises your metabolism for the next 8 hours. That's why I do it that way. So that's it for this episode. This is episode 27, Crush It Club, 5 Foundations of Success. Bye for now.